Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. It's the All On Me, the morning fucking drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. I'm gonna turn your fucking life around, coach. Why? Because I've turned my motherfucking life around. Change from rock fucking coming up the top, man. Big mountains, little mountains. We just fucking moving in a positive direction every fucking day, no matter what fucking comes my way. And I love sharing my story with all you motherfuckers. And holy shit. Some of y'all like to share your stories with me, and I'm grateful, man. That means a lot. It means a lot when you actually reach out in private to share some fucking traumatic shit, man. We all going through some traumatic motherfucking shit every single day. But maybe it's just me showing the fuck up every day, right? And it started with acceptance for me. I had to accept my fuck ups. I had to accept that fucking big ass loss right there. The shame, the guilt. I was kind of thinking on that this morning, right? How much we carry around the shame and the guilt. But here's the real motherfucking thing, man. How many of us fucking live in that life in the dark? How many of y'all got that secret life? Hey, boy. Hey, boy, watching this shit got a secret life, man. It's like, psh, ain't nobody gonna know about your secret little addiction. Ain't nobody gonna know about your secret little fucking side something, little side something. It's wild, man. How many of us go through life with fucking masks, right? Living a double life, living that secret fucking life, right? Having people there that we say we love, will look them and I love you, this and that. It's like, holy fuck, we doing all this other shit on the side in the dark. And man, we leave people in the dark and then we wonder why shit ain't fucking lined up for us. Why things in life get hard. Y'all motherfuckers know my story. And just in recent, I've been having to process loss. I lost pretty much the closest family member to date, right? I've lost a couple grandmothers, but it's a sad story. I wasn't even really that close to either of my grandmas. I didn't get that opportunity growing up to really just be close and nearby my grandmothers, but clearly they're near and dear to my heart. But, my cousin Jay was just, it was different. It was special. We had a fucking really deep bond when we connected, man. That fucking brotherhood, that best friendship. A lot of it was getting in trouble, though. A lot of it was that party fucking mentality, man. I'm telling you, no one party better than that motherfucker. And certainly I try to compete every fucking time I was around him. I was talking to my homie today at the gym this morning, another guy that I grew up with in high school. And he's about a year and a half sober. And I'm so proud of him, man, because this guy, I remember like being in high school, motherfuckers. I was a freshman in high school. He was a senior. I was playing varsity football. This motherfucker, one, he had a cool truck back then. But here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, back in the 90s, we still had drive-up liquor stores. So you could drive up to the drive-up window at night and blah, 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 show them an ID and you're in your truck all dark. And you pull out fucking liquor, however he wanted to sound. And it was crazy. It was crazy. That was the life, man. Fucking high schoolers driving through the drive-up liquor stores, getting fucking wasted, man, buying massive amounts of alcohol. And I was teasing him, say, dude, it's all your fault, man. Cause I was a freshman, you're a senior, and that's the way you influenced me to go fucking just drink and party on the fucking weekends, binge drinking after our football games, partying all fucking weekends, even during the weeknights, man. It was the culture back then. And my cousin Jason was a part of that. My other homie was a part of it. It's really just a cultural thing, man. I don't know if y'all motherfucking kids nowadays party. I mean, I got two teenagers. I don't really know about them going to parties. Not the way we used to do it. I don't think you guys could get away with that shit. But y'all gonna still get together, have your revelries. But just to think, man, at 43, and he's probably 44, it's like we look at each other like, man, I'm so fucking glad I don't party no more. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? But there's probably a few of you that hop on here. You still fucking partying. You still going out and having to mix it up in the social fucking scene. Looking for something. I don't know what the fuck you're looking for, what that gives you. I see a lot of people, they celebrate their alcoholism, right? Their excessive consumption of fucking alcoholic drinks. And you an adult, man. You do you. I ain't here to fucking judge nobody. But if you only knew what was on the other side of it, like the vice that alcohol is, even just the way it destroys your body, you're putting poison in your fucking body. So let's just be honest right there. And if you don't believe me, I'm telling you, this book, share it with somebody, listen to it yourself. I don't read a lot of books nowadays. It's easier for me to just listen and consume, through Audible and platforms like that. But one of the best books that I've listened to multiple times in terms of alcoholism. And, it's not a 10-step program. It's more about spontaneous. It's more about just hitting you with fucking real facts, connecting with you, the pain, the misery of the story, but real fucking facts about how your body, right, responds to the ingestion of alcohol. This Naked Mind. One of the best books that I've ever listened to. Got to be clear. This Naked Mind. I'm telling you, man, if you just are curious about maybe having a new perspective, right? Something new in 22, man. New every day. You want a new perspective on fucking alcohol, right? First, you got to accept the fact that maybe you got a problem. Maybe you can't control it. Maybe you're drinking more than you know you should be. And if you're having that dialogue with yourself, one, don't beat yourself up too bad. But two, how much longer are you going to let that shit last, man? How much longer are you going to suffer in silence and just, numb your fucking pain with fucking alcohol or drugs or pills or toxic relationships or sex or pleasure, food? Just all these things that we do. And it's all what? It's all a part of numbing our minds from trying to process our negative thoughts, right? Our negative processes, our negative experiences. We do it, man. And we've adapted from the earliest fucking age, man. I'm telling you, my fucking survival at the earliest age, man, was learning how to fucking tell people not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. And what I really mean by that is to lie to fucking people, because I didn't want to get in trouble, or I didn't want to be rejected. I didn't want to have all this shit, but I can remember it happening. Like, the first time I was honest, and then you get in trouble and you're like, this is horrible. So how do I overcome this? And it becomes that little white lie. I'm gonna lie about this shit. Right. And then you don't realize that as you fucking grow and develop and mature, like, man, you're still running these old fucking programs that were all based in being a vulnerable little kid, man. And it was your way of saying, how do I survive this situation? But we don't update these fucking systems. So a lot of us, we still fucking running these programs. I know I've gone crazy in relationships saying, what the fuck? Like, this is not the facts. How are you telling me this when verifiably we can find another, the alternative? And I usually get into it with people when we can't have an objective conversation and get to the facts of the matter, right? And there's always this thing, well, would you rather be right or fucking happy? You want to be happy or you need to be right? And there is a give or take where we all got different perspectives. We all have a different starting point. And it's a sad thing because most of us, we don't know how to communicate in terms of relationships. We can't communicate our feelings and our emotions. right? And so we step into these situations, wear these fucking masks, and eventually, you know, the fucking shine rubs off, and then you're stuck with somebody that you're like, whoa, who the fuck is this person? You're acting all fucking crazy and shit, and I'm not cool with that. And by that time, in most cases, there's an attachment, there's an addictive fucking attachment to that person, and it's hard to fucking let go. Because for some reason, well, not even for some reason, in many situations that are like this, we don't value ourselves. So having even a toxic person there that tells us nice things every once in a while, sweet talks us every once in a while, when there's not friction, it's better than nothing in our minds. But it's not true, because you're holding on to something that's not good for you, because you don't validate yourself. And that's been one of the hardest lessons of really the last 6 months for me, as I've been just living life single and processing just so much shit. So much of my shit, so much of my trauma, so many of my stories about love, my stories about my worth, my stories about my value and the boundaries that I want to set for myself. I mean, even knowing what the fuck boundaries are, motherfuckers. Most of us don't even know what the fuck our boundaries are, our values are. You know, we can talk faith or maybe some shit like that, but to really get detailed on boundaries, right? And then honor those boundaries when someone crosses it, check them. You don't got to be rude and nasty about it, but you need to fucking be assertive enough to let people know. And there are people in my life right now that I still struggle, right, to put a boundary there, right? When they disrespect me or they talk down at me, right? And these are, you know, close family members, intimate family members, that it's just like, it's really fucking hard. And some of y'all may relate to that. Some of y'all may not even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm talking about real life. I'm talking about relational situations here. And ultimately, how the fuck so many of us, we lying to ourselves, we lying to all these other motherfuckers, we doing shady shit in the fucking dark. And we don't really truly understand the ripple effects it has in the lives of others, and just the energetic flow between us and the other people that we choose to allow into our lives, right? Because you got to remember, ain't nobody attached to you when you're born. You have brought people into your life. You have welcomed people into your life, and you have then held on to people, cleaved to them, attached yourself emotionally to them, physically, right? Temporarily. You can't really be completely fucking attached to somebody, but definitely the emotions is a fucking hell of an attachment. And I'm experiencing that even now. 6 months coming out of a fucking really significant relationship, to where it's like I'm still processing shit out of that fucking half a year later. And everybody takes a different amount of time, right? To heal, to process. Some of you motherfuckers have been running your whole life. You don't want to stop. You can't get off the carousel. You go from literally one relationship to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. And you never fucking stop to really fucking see what in the fuck is going on in your life, right? And because you don't feel empowered. You don't feel like you're worthy enough or valuable enough to truly honor yourself and to stop the pain, stop the broken cycle of suffering, right? And just going back to toxicity. And most of the toxicity is in ourselves, right? This last week, I've been having to process major loss. And as I'm processing one loss, other losses are coming up. And I'm trying to stay grounded. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm so grateful for my fucking program, right? That I present to you motherfuckers every day. This shit ain't a fucking game. This is life, motherfuckers. And it's because I have a program, it keeps me on the fucking warpath. It keeps me marching forward in life. It keeps me moving in a positive direction, even if I have negative fucking moments. Like I could have a negative morning, right? But I have to it's like I heard something yesterday. If you have 3 negative thoughts about yourself, about your job, about your life, about, your relationships, about your finances, about anything, you literally need to fucking do like 20 positive thoughts. Like every time you recognize that you're having a negative thought about a situation, you literally need to annihilate that. I think it was Mike Tyson talking that shit. He's fucking powerful right now. Mike Tyson used to be a big time fucking hitter, swinging, breaking motherfuckers in the ring. But he's talking some major fucking beautiful shit, some powerful shit that he really has a lot of wisdom, is what I'd call it. Life experience, wisdom. And he's been at the top and he's lost it all. And he's just in a really good place now. You could tell he's giving back through his experiences and challenging a lot of bullshit fucking thinking. And that was one of them that I heard. It was him yesterday. He was talking about, man, every time you have a negative one, for every one fucking negative thought you have, you need to literally fucking annihilate that negative thought with 20 positive thoughts. And that's where you got to be present. You got to be conscious. You got to really fucking start observing what the fuck it is you think every day. And some of y'all can't just handle this message because there's too many F-bombs in here. I'm sorry. I'm hurting your fucking ears, right? I'm sorry that you need to fucking have it sugar-coated for everything because that's what society's programmed to you. That's why you vote the way you vote. That's why you root for the things you root for and cheer for the things you cheer for, because everything's got to be prepackaged to sugarcoat your fucking soft ass. That ain't here, motherfuckers. Life is hard, and it's fucking getting even harder for a lot of fucking people. And I'm trying to light a fire under your ass to say, wake the fuck up. Wake up. That's why we start every morning with a good morning. You can listen to this message day or night, night and day. It's time to wake the fuck up. So it's good fucking morning, motherfuckers. Wake up. That was the whole thing. Mayday, Mayday. Too many of you are going through life. You're wasting fucking time. We're already almost done with fucking May. It's almost Memorial Day. We're almost in June. Right? And there's still some of you you've been hearing this message. You've been consuming it a little bit, checking in. And you still just fucking overthinking shit. That's what it comes down to, right? You get caught up in an overthinking fucking cycle. I've been there. Even recently, I went from like letting go of resistance and just allowing things to just flow. Like I wouldn't overthink it. If I had an idea, right, I wouldn't try and, does this make sense? Is it logical? Is it possible? Is it this or that? I would just do it. I would just fucking say, I'm going to do it. Just do it. See what the fuck happens. What do you got to lose? But so many of us are afraid because we start to overthink and we try and do our calculus in our head and we try and figure out all the probabilities of if you say it at this time or do you need to wait for a certain moment or whatever, just fucking do it. Challenge yourself to when you get a fucking thought, a creative thought, an inspiration to start something, to say something, to speak the fuck up. Are you fucking stifling your own voice? Are you shutting yourself down by your thinking? Or are you willing to just speak your fucking truth and see what happens? See how it returns to you, right? And then what is the fucking effect of that in your life? Hopefully it's a positive effect because there's courage in speaking truth. And so many motherfuckers are tongue-tied right now, especially in the workplace. Because, man, it's like your livelihood depends on you shutting the fuck up, being the company man or woman, towing that fucking company line, singing the song, playing the fucking agenda through your fucking brain every single day. And there's shit that don't line up with you. I had to leave teaching. I left public education as a teacher because I'm not going to fucking lie to myself. I don't agree with some of this shit going on over there right now. I just don't. And I want to impact. I had an incredible experience yesterday. And it was just humbling. It's a humbling experience. I'll tell you. And this ain't tooting my horn, but it is just sharing life. And I was grateful I had this opportunity. As I went to the store yesterday, grocery store, prior to picking up my kids from school, and I seen one of my previous students. And I remember this little guy, he's a little dude, and but he had a big mouth. And there's a few times, man, he talks some major shit to me. And I knew he was just hurting. He didn't know what he was saying, but he was just hurting, right? I mean, these kids are just fucking hurting, like all this trauma and shit. And so part of me was like, I don't know if I really want to say hi to him or whatever. I mean, he was, he like, I have fond memories of him, but he's not my favorite. And I'm just like, I don't know. Well, guess what? I had all these thoughts going on through my head. I seen him and I was like, I should say hi. Well, the universe just aligned it regardless, that when I finally got in line, there's him, his mom, and his little brother. And then there's me there in front of me. And we were talking and stuff, and it was cool. I was glad I got to connect with him. Well, long story short, man, his mom couldn't pay for the food they had, right? The card kept fucking declining. She was just gonna walk away. And I said, wait, time out. How much is this? Let me pay for it. And, it just felt good to be available to help someone in that time. Cause I've been there. Have you ever been there where like whatever the reason is, you don't got to explain what the fucking reason is, but for some reason the funds ain't fucking there and you checked out and you got all this shit. It's so fucking embarrassing. I've been there, man. I've fucking been there. I hate it. I think it was even like just over a year ago, I was fucking down like that, man. Fucking scraping by, stretching myself out, overspending, like just not being responsible with what I had. And, it was an honor, right? I'm not tooting my own fucking horn, but it was just to be able to be there. And of course the mom's like, oh, well, where do you live? Or how do I get a hold of you? I want to pay you back. And this has always been my motto. And motherfuckers that know me know this is how I operate. I always tell people, if I give, I give. It's not a loan. You don't pay me back. Cause I always tell, and I told this gal yesterday, I said, look, you cannot pay me back. What I'm asking you to do is when you get an opportunity, pay it forward. Help someone else out in need, right? That's the fucking magic of life, motherfucker. So that's really the story. It wasn't about tooting my horn. I know you guys would have probably done the exact same fucking thing. Maybe, right? Hopefully, maybe you'll even consider it now. Someone's fucking down and out, man. Right? I believe, the more you give, the more you receive. The more you receive, the more you can give. And it's just a beautiful exchange. And I was just grateful. I was grateful to be there in that moment because I know how embarrassing that is. I know how humbling it is when you don't have the money. But they were carrying around this pizza. They were so in love with the pizza. They were already tasting it, right? Because they were so excited. And she was walking away from her food. She was like frustrated and sad. And I was like, no, hey. But that's always my response, right? If you ask me for help and it's like a financial thing, if I can, I'm like, I don't do loans. So you don't ever have to pay me back. I just say, pay it forward, man. When you get back on your feet or you get back on track or the universe presents you with an opportunity to help somebody else out, do it. And this is what honors that is you got helped out. Now you need to go pay that forward. Go spread that kindness around. And you don't always got to get paid the fuck back. Because in doing shit like that, it's not about the money, right? It's about answering the call of someone else's fucking distress, right? And the ripple effect of that is you can't quantify it, right? You can't quantify how that impacts one person's life, another person's life, and maybe it changes someone's life for the rest of their life, motherfuckers, because they lost all hope, and maybe they have new hope. Maybe just even my previous student, maybe that change his perspective on some shit. But it felt good to be available and able to help someone out in that fucking moment, right? I was grateful for that alignment, that I didn't ignore it. And I'm telling you, motherfuckers, you got to clean your own fucking house, clean your mind up, clean your fucking shit, man, right? Quit lying and bullshitting, motherfuckers. But most of y'all won't do it. The shit I got hit with yesterday, someone sharing with me a very personal situation. It's just heartbreaking to think, how our loved ones, how even ourselves, right? Let's start with us. We doing shady shit. Every one of us is doing something that we try and keep hidden, right? That we're not proud of. And it don't mean it's a bad thing, but we just don't like to share every fucking thing. And there's some things that we doing it's not good. It's not good energy. It's not going to come back to you good. right? And I wish you well. I wish you the strength and the courage to fucking get some shit right. Right? To have some self-discipline, to fucking be honest with yourself, to be honest with the people around you, right? Come clean with some shit, man. It feels fucking good. It's painful. I had to do it recently. I lied to someone I cared about, um, to try and protect them, or I don't even want to get into why, because it's a fucking old pattern. It's a toxic fucking survival fucking mechanism that I've used, and it's not good. And I'm done. I need to really hold my fucking self accountable, right? I got to take ownership of my fucking flaws. And that's a flaw that I've had. I've used it, and it's outdated because it doesn't do me any good in this day and age. I might have perceived it to be helpful and beneficial as a child, right? To avoid certain getting in trouble, or, you know, staying out of trouble, or, keeping an image that I felt I needed to do. But in this day and age, man, I'm done. I'm done bullshitting myself. I'm done bullshitting others. This is who I am, man. Fucking unshowered, sweaty as a motherfucker, just getting out of the gym, hair's fucking growing like a weed. This is it, man. This is the motherfucker right here, right? Got lots of flaws, got lots of mistakes, right? But I know that I haven't sat there in it. I've pushed, I've put in the work, I've put in the effort, and I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to challenge myself. And there's some big things that are happening in my life that I'm just super grateful for. And I believe that these things are a result of my efforts, that I'm proud of myself for showing the fuck up, for taking that responsibility, right? Because ultimately, right, it's not about just forgiving other people that hurt me, or just being the victim saying, well, all these other people hurt me, they need to apologize, they need to get it right, they need to change. No, man, I'm the one. I can change, because I can change even how I feel about someone that hasn't apologized, that hasn't taken ownership. I get to fucking choose how I feel. You get to choose how you feel. And sometimes when we're down, yesterday I hit a low again, right? Grieving the loss, processing loss is a very painful process. It's difficult, but I'm grateful that I'm doing it. My energy kind of hits a really low point, but I bounce back, and I'm sticking to my program. And I'm still showing up here trying to make a fucking difference, spread this fucking message of personal accountability, taking fucking ownership of your life, quit making the motherfucking excuses, quit bullshitting other motherfuckers, start getting honest with yourself. And then you can find the courage to get honest with some other people. And that's probably going to mean losing people. When we have to get honest with people, that means the mask has to come off. And that means the real person, the real Slim Shady has to come out. And guess what? When you fucking identify as your true self, the people around you get to reevaluate whether or not they want to fucking keep you in their life, or have you stay in their life. And that's the scary part, because we think about loss. It's loss. By being honest, you are opening yourself up to potential loss. And most of us want to avoid loss, because it is probably the most painful fucking thing to process throughout all life. Loss. Whether you lose someone you love, whether someone passes, all these things, man. You lose something sentimental, like I got broken into last fall. I lost some very sentimental shit. And it's like, you got to fucking chalk it up and just know that it is what it is, man. But we can lose a lot of things, but loss is probably the scariest, fucking hardest emotional thing to process. And most of us will avoid. We will lie, cheat, steal, and fucking bury that shit in the deepest parts of our soul to never let someone know, because we think we're protecting them, but what we're really doing is hurting ourselves, right? Because what we've done is that there's a fucking debt. There's a karmic debt there. When you have lured someone into your fucking sphere, into your life, under a false pretense of who the fuck you are. And we've all heard like the crazy, weird stories about motherfuckers being married and having multiple lives and all this weird shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about simple little shit, right? We stepping out of our relationships. We're fucking wearing a mask saying that we're a certain type of maybe political person, or supporting certain social issues, when we really hate that shit, but we like this person. And it's just that false pretense. It creates the energy does not honor your false pretense. As good of a fucking bold-faced fucking bullshitter you are, a liar, as good of a fucking liar that you are, energy does not respect the lies, the deceit, the manipulation of other human beings. And the truth will eventually come out, right? When, right? Most people can fight against it, but it shows, man. And then there's other times where you get the fucking the surprise of your life, when you stumble upon the truth unknowingly, and it breaks your fucking heart because you're like, holy shit, I didn't realize this is who you were. You were hiding this from me. And now I know, and holy fuck, this is fucking hurting me like a motherfucker. I'm not saying that's going on in my life right now. I'm just knowing that there are people out there that are playing that fucking game. And when you find out the truth, right, it's going to break you. If you can't stand on your own fucking ground, being grounded within yourself, that is the it's all on me mentality. It's not all about me. It's all on me, meaning you're going to take total fucking responsibility for your life. Everything, the good, the bad, and the motherfucking ugly. Quit making the motherfucking excuses. Let's get after it. Fucking hump day. We're already grinding, man. It's almost June. I don't know what you're waiting for, but today's the day you can start something new dreams, new ideas, new fucking opportunities, just a new path in life. It starts now. If you're ready, fucking take the challenge, man. Start doing some new things, new thoughts, new fucking information, new affirmations. Search it, man. Positive fucking morning affirmations every day. Every day you motherfuckers should be listening to that shit. Because most of us wake up with some bad energy, some negative thoughts, right? And you have to, again, Mike Tyson, for every one bad thought, you need to annihilate her. He said you need to be the annihilator of doubt, the annihilator of fucking negative energy, negative thoughts. And the only way that you annihilate the negative is by infusing and overwhelming it with positive thoughts, right? Which is truly where we want to be, right? We want to have a positive mindset, optimism, but you got to turn off all that negativity that's going on in your head, that's going on around you, and just start focusing on within. And some of that does mean you got to get to a real place in your fucking life where you got to accept some fucking painful truths, and you got to process those. And if you need help, fucking seek out a therapist, motherfuckers. Quit acting like you too good for that shit. I go twice a week. I got therapy today. I'm excited for that because it really helps me to see shit in a fucking better light, right? To process my thinking so that I can really know that I'm staying true to me, motherfuckers. I'm staying true to me, right? I'm not going back and living in fantasy land, but I am living in the fucking reality of this moment. I'm going to make the most out of this day. I hope you are too. Quit making the motherfucking excuses, because you know the drill. Results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.